little bit short.
That's a great example of quarterbacks trusting their targets when throwing vertically down the field. There are a lot of quarterbacks that might have shied away from that throw because on the corner route, that receiver was covered, but this QB knew. I've practiced with this guy. We've been in games before, and I know if I just give him a shot, if I can just put it somewhere within his catch radius, this guy is athletic enough to go up and make a big play for me, and you saw that confidence on that one.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
The Zips are moving quickly down the field. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Back to pass. Looking to buy time. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Finley. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Zips! Off the play fake on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Polk. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Grab near the marker. It's Adams. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Wants to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Polk. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Dropping back, it's Finley. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
With the run on 1st and goal. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Akron. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't hang on, it's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Plows through the defense. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the
picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed to... Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for a man. It's Finley. Fires to the middle. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give it.
Wide open. He makes the catch. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Zips! And they take it in for 6 more points. Trying to start the drive with a pass. With the catch, it's Adams. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it down the left side. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. That's reeled in. It's Newell. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Zips come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires on the move. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Zips are marching down the field. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Akron! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be.
The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Looking for a man. It's Finley. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. On the run, deep down the right side. Fires into traffic. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got it in the middle, it's Adams. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Bought a little time, lets it go. Catch in the middle, it's Polk. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Makes the catch. It's Newell. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Zips will line it up on 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Newell. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Trying to bull his way in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Zips! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the run.
Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they tried to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but this.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back.
Not all defense.
Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now